Retain gang, what's poppin', man? This your boy Tay, back at y'all again with another video. I appreciate you guys for tapping in, showing love as always. But we're gonna get straight into this one, man. I got tagged by a few people on IG with this video. So, you know, I'm gonna react to it, give my 13 cents on it, man, and see what y'all feel about it, all right? So without further ado, let's get into it.
So I just left a restaurant after waiting 30 minutes for a date to show up, and apparently I got stood up. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm trying to do everything right to be a gentleman. I brought flowers. I've been consistent talking with this girl for 2 weeks, trying to get to know what she likes, what she doesn't like. I made plans. I picked the restaurant, the day and the time. You know, I've done everything to be just the kind of guy that would value somebody's time. Like, I'm just looking for my person. I'm just looking for the one that I guess is out there for me. I mean, I want to be somebody's husband someday, father. I'm trying to do everything that's right, and I just get stood up. Like, my feelings didn't even matter. Sitting there eating a meal by myself and realizing that nobody even cares about people anymore. Like, alien dating shouldn't even be this hard. It shouldn't be this hard to find somebody. It shouldn't be this difficult to fall in love. To be kind to one another. Like, what? Ladies, tell me, what did I do wrong?
So, I don't know the full context of this video, of this situation, but from what he explained, he got stood up. He was talking to a young lady for a few weeks. They planned out a date. He showed up, she didn't, you know? So I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this is why I make the content about the journey. I make content telling guys to love yourself first. Because if you don't have self-love, you end up like this, in a situation where you're hurt. You're letting some outside energy hurt you, affect you. You can't allow this to happen, man. You got to be 10 toes down for yourself. All right. One of the reasons why it's so hard to date, one of the reasons why it's so hard to find a woman, and I don't just want to put this on women as if, you know, speaking down or talking negative on women, because I love women. And there are good women out there, good men out there. There's not so good women, not so good men, right? It's hard to find good people in general out here, because we're living in a crazy world. But the dating pool right now is toxic. And the reason why it's toxic is because the culture is toxic. Every time you get on your phone, you see what's being promoted. You see what's in front of you on your screen. Negativity. And that's all we feed ourselves every single day, for the most part. The general population feeding themselves with negativity. So what do you expect when it comes down to human relations and socializing? But just because the dating pool is toxic, that don't mean you gotta be toxic. And shout out to T. Shanley for sponsoring today's video. The reason why it's important for you to have a proper skincare routine, guys, is because your skin is the largest organ in your body. Not only that, it is the first line of defense to your internal world. So if you don't take care of your skin, you break down your first line of defense. Plus, you wanna look good too, right? You don't wanna walk around here looking crusty. You feel me? A lot of guys that use this say they love the results. Me, I love the results I've been getting, and I use this every single day. Okay, it's very, very simple to use, and they give you everything you need to get the best results. You get a face wash, you get a super serum, you get a face scrubber to exfoliate your skin, you get an AM moisturizer to keep your face hydrated and protected throughout the day, and a PM moisturizer to repair damaged skin at night. You also get this simple instruction card that shows you how and when to use it. Okay, so you don't have to do anything but just follow the instructions. And because T. Henley is sponsoring today's video, they're giving all my viewers a special deal. You get 30% off your first box plus a free gift. You get to choose between a dive kit or a free towel. So this is an amazing deal, guys. You don't want to miss this. You don't want to pass this up. Hit the link in the description and tap in with T. Shinley today. You don't have to let that change who you are, change your heart, change you from being a good person to a cold-hearted person, a bad person. We don't want to go that route. This guy right here, you know, bless his heart, but you cannot end up like this. You got to make sure that you have respect for yourself. I would never get online and post about a situation like this. You know what I'm saying? Charge it to the game. I took an L, right? It is what it is. But I'm gonna move forward with my life and I'm not going to look back. I'm gonna learn from this situation and I'm gonna keep going. You win some, you lose some. There's too much trauma out here. People are not healing themselves. People going on dates and haven't healed from their past relationships. They're not working on themselves. Everybody is so vain nowadays where it's all about the physical, how I look, how much money you got, what you have, what do you look like? Everything is outside, but nobody's working on themselves, and there's so much trauma out here. Hurt people, right? This guy was hurt because he was hurt by somebody who's probably been hurt. Don't take anything personal. When somebody attacks you or somebody throws negativity on you, they're just projecting. And that projection is coming from a place deep within. That comes from deep within, a very, very dark place. Probably stemming back to childhood. What do you think happens when you don't heal and you just bury that stuff? You just bury it and you keep burying it and you keep distracting yourself. It comes out in a form like this. It comes out in situations like this where you don't have any empathy for the next soul. Another reason why the dating pool is so toxic and people aren't healing themselves is because it's too much instant gratification out here. It's too much. You know, you don't respect the attention that you get, the time that you get from a person anymore, especially out on a date, because you can get on your phone and you got 100 messages of guys trying to hit on you, or vice versa. But we all know it don't work that way. You got too much. You can get on 1,000 dating apps, right? You always have access to somebody to give you attention and validation. That's a problem in today's age because this technology is fairly new. We're not used to this, right? And we don't know the effects of it, but we're seeing the effects now where people are becoming desensitized. How these apps, they feed on us. We become addicted. There should be a class that we have to take to learn how to utilize and also minimize how much we actually give our attention to these things, right? Because there's nothing out there for that. Like I said, it's fairly new. So everything that's happening right now is we're in the trenches. We're in the moment figuring out how having 10 dating apps and having 200 messages of guys trying to hit on you, how it's affecting socializing, how it's affecting family, how it's affecting love. It's playing out right now. And it's very dangerous. You got to have spiritual discernment. You got to be able to discern who's really into you and who's not, who's just using your attention for validation. I'm sure in his situation, there was plenty of signs, plenty of red flags that he was just being strung along, that she really wasn't into him like that, but he probably ignored the signs because he was so infatuated with her. You know, he just wanted to get the cheeks, or he just wanted to get to know her. He just wanted to be on a date. Who knows? But I'm sure there was red flags. There were signs along the way. If a woman really likes you, bro, she's gonna make it easy for you. Nature makes it easy for you. If she really likes you, she's gonna do everything in her power to try to get on a date with you, try to be next to you, try to be in your presence. You're not gonna get stood up by someone who truly into you. This is why I made a video that you don't have to chase. Stop chasing. Because when you chase, things like this happen. Okay? That man bought flowers and everything. You know, he came prepared. He came with the gear. But she wasn't into him like that. And you end up in situations where now you question yourself. You heard what he said, you know, what's wrong with me? Why can't I find a good woman? Just made a video about this. How when you chase women, You start to question your own value. You start to question your own self. Are you good enough? You are good enough. But you gotta love yourself first. Stop worrying about validation. Stop worrying about people. Focus on yourself. Focus on getting your life together, and you will see everything fall in place. So when people haven't healed themselves, all this trauma, you got the culture that's toxic, promoting toxicity between men and women. You got instant gratification. This creates a whole field of entitlement. People feeling entitled to your time, to your energy, to your money, your resources. You know, if I'm on social media and I can see celebrities all the way down to the person down the street, the man across the corner, you're gonna have a certain entitlement, especially if you got people with high status monetarily in your DMs. That's gonna give you a field of entitlement to the point where now the regular guy, he doesn't really have a shot. You might use him for validation and attention, but he don't really have a shot because now you feel entitled that if I can pull this high status man, then the other guy has no chance. He needs to step his game up, using their ego to try to connect to a soul. Your soul doesn't care about none of this. The material, the social status, all that superficial stuff, your soul is here to experience. That's it. But a lot of people are trapped in their lower self and they start to believe that they're actually this. When you're not this. This is just a vessel. You believe that you're your vessel. This is like me driving my car and I start to believe that I'm my car. I've been in my car so long, I start to believe that's me. And all this entitlement comes from people being too focused on the material realm, the material world. Man, we got to get back to the simpler things in life. Showing gratitude. Nobody has any gratitude anymore. The fact that somebody gives you their time and attention, why not appreciate that? Why not say, hey, I'm not really into you like that, you know, but I appreciate your time. What happened to this world? Why is everyone so negative and so heavy and pushing all this negativity and letting it swirl around to where everyone is on this frequency now? Guys, this is why I talk about being on your journey, healing yourself, finding love and happiness with yourself so that you can spread that energy. As opposed to everybody spreading negativity, you get yourself right so you can be a beacon of love, beacon of high frequency, a beacon of positivity. That's what we need. We don't need people to be getting hurt and then becoming hurt people and hurting more people. We gotta break that cycle. Be an alchemist in your life. Focus on yourself. Love yourself first. You are worthy. You are great. You don't gotta question anything about yourself. The Most High gave you everything that you need. The Most High made you who you are and who you need to be already. And the Most High don't make mistakes. So tap into that inner God which is in you. And everything's gonna be okay. All right? Don't look for instant gratification. Don't look for validation from nobody but yourself. With that being said, guys, if you need a consultation, you need more extra help on trying to get your life on track, I'll leave my links in the description and in my pinned comments. Y'all have a beautiful day, man, and I'm out. Peace.